Haha, fooled ya. Oh, but you are watching the top 10. My top 10 GBA games I didn't expect to love. Let's get it started.
Fantastic.
Heh, fooled you again. The Game Boy Advance, released June 11, 2001, the Game Boy Advance quickly became one of my favorite portable consoles of all time. The GBA had a ton of great games on it. I mean, you had your standards like your Marios and your Zeldas, but did you know that this system even had Doom and GTA? It's a lot to process, I know. And I'm pretty sure with all those games, some of them got swept under the carpet, or lack for a better word, judged by its cover. So today I bring you the top 10 GBA games I didn't expect to fall in love with. Now this list is going to be broken up into two parts. I wasn't going to be able to finish it in the time I wanted to, life gets in the way, but I still want to give you guys some content. So without further ado, let's get this list started. Crash Bandicoot 2 Entrance, not to be confused with Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, which is the real sequel here. Come on, Vicarious Visions, I need some tenacity. Is that even a word? Now, keep in mind that the only Crash game I played up to this point was on a PS1 demo disc. I'm sorry, I was just a kid, I couldn't afford video games. And while I did enjoy what I played, it wasn't enough to say that I loved it, so when I got this game for my birthday, I didn't know what to expect. I ripped that wrapping paper open like a savage, popped this baby in my GBA, and let me tell you, my mind was blown. Nicely animated sprites, bright and colorful levels, fluent controls, I couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, I coulda, but who's gonna buy me that? My mother? Nah, my mother ain't gonna buy me that. Overall, this is a solid GBA title. I love it, and so should you. The level names are pretty funny. Prince of Persia. Get it? By the way, this level is the stuff of goddamn nightmares. TMNT. That's it. That's his name. Let me start off by saying that I'm a huge Ninja Turtles fan, but at the time I didn't follow the show this game is based off of. And let's be honest, most Ninja Turtles games were hit or miss, so when my stepfather brought this game home to me, I went into it blindly. So when I first turned this game on, I was pleasantly surprised. They were able to capture the aesthetic of the show, which was a really nice touch. The game even starts up with a kick-ass opening.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtle, count it on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turtle. You can chain reaction. Turtle. Living underground. Turtle. It's just a wax you. Turtle. It's the shell of a town. Turtles, count it off.
That intro gets you pretty hype, and you also gotta remember, this is GBA, so stuff like that wasn't very common. Now, I already mentioned the graphics being good, but the music to the game is also very good as well. Well, at least to me anyway. One flaw of the game that I can say that might turn players off is the controls. They take a little while to get used to. But once you get a hang of the controls, you'll be punching and kicking bad guys in the face like nothing. I'd say try this game out if you haven't already. You might just end up loving it. Max Payne Advance. Now I know what you all are thinking. They took this and put it into this. You take that blasphemy and get it the hell out of here. But let me tell you, they did, and it was beautiful. As you can see, the game is in an isometric view. Now, I'm one to admit that I'm not too fond of this style of gameplay, but for this game it makes sense. On the PS2, Max Payne was an action-style shooter that took advantage of a 3D space, allowing players to have full control over Max's movement. So this point of view was the closest way you were able to replicate 3D movement in a 2D space. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but god damn did it work! I think what really impressed me about this game is that it's pretty much the PS2 game on a Game Boy Advance cartridge, cutscenes and all.
I was still on the force back then. NYPD, Manhattan, Midtown North Precinct, Hell's Kitchen.
So when are you coming to work for me, Detective Payne?
You'd make me work undercover in some hellhole. Sorry, Alex. Showing the baby come first. See? My last smoke. It's bad for the baby.
That's you, Max. A regular Boy Scout.
You gotta admit, this is pretty freaking sweet. This is one GBA port that definitely deserves more recognition. The amount of love and attention to detail that went into this game truly shows. And if you guys haven't tried this game out before, definitely give it a chance. Star Wars Trilogy, Apprentice of the Force. Man, that was a mouthful. In a galaxy far, far away, there's probably a version of me that likes the Star Wars movies, but in this galaxy, I don't. Don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't like Star Wars, I do. I love its lore and all the characters around it. I just wasn't crazy about the movies. Now, my best friend, who's a huge Star Wars fan, got this game for Christmas. I watched him play and I was like, oh, this looks alright, but when he made me play, I instantly fell in love with it. It played well, it looked good, it sounded great, it was a complete and total package. The game covers the original Star Wars trilogy, and it's pretty decent in length considering it's a Game Boy Advance game. You know, I kind of feel bad for Luke. All he wanted to do was go to the Tashi station to pick up some power converters.
Luke, take these two over to the garage, will you? I want them cleaned up before dinner.
Well, I was going into Tashi station to pick up some power converters.
You can waste time with your friends when your chores are done. Come on.
Tee-hee! But in all seriousness, this is a great game for anyone who loves or doesn't love the Star Wars franchise. And if you disagree with me, I only have one thing to say to you. How dare you defile the power of the dark side? The SpongeBob SquarePants movie, the game, Jesus Lord Christ. Now, the reasons I didn't expect to like this game isn't because I don't like SpongeBob. No, I love SpongeBob. But, most of the SpongeBob games on GBA look like this, and maybe I'm in the minority here, but SpongeBob looks kinda off in these games. I mean, just look at him! Way Forward did a phenomenal job capturing the aesthetic of the show. The levels are detailed and colorful, SpongeBob and Patrick look like, well, SpongeBob and Patrick, the music gives you the underwater vibe, everything's all good here. If I had to be cynical and nitpicky about a flaw of the game, I would say the levels feel a bit repetitive sometimes, but it wasn't enough to hinder my enjoyment of the game. Overall, it's a pretty good game, probably not everybody's cup of tea, but if you're interested in it, try it out. It won't kill you, probably. I mean, at least it's not these games. Hope you guys had fun, because that's all the time we have for today. See you next video. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, if you liked the video, leave a thumbs up, comment, or even subscribe. You can also follow me on these beautiful social media links listed here. And don't forget to stay tuned for part 2. Should be coming soon.